What is going on, New York Giants fans? Welcome to another video from Hit Squad Productions. In this video, I actually wanted to really look at Jaelan Phillips. The more I watched him, the more I liked him. I gotta be very honest with you. But before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, leave a like below, let us know what you thought on the video, join the gang, get us to 400 subs. Let's do it. I know that we can do it before the draft hit. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter. The link will be in the description again. And let's jump into it. So, the New York Giants, let's be real, right? I think it's pretty clear that they feel really good about this year's pass rushers all across. We heard that the Giants are doing their due diligence. They're doing their homework on a lot of these edge rushers. And if the Giants trade back, I could absolutely see them taking an edge rusher, whether that's, Azeez Ojulari, whether that's Jaelan Phillips. Now, with that being said, we all know that this year's pass rushing group isn't that good. I think there's no secret. There's potential with a lot of these players, and a lot of these players have high ceilings, but they have red flags. And I think there's no debating that. Now, if you ask me, there's two pass rushers, in my honest opinion, that the Giants are really interested in, and that would be Azeez Ojulari and Jaelan Phillips. And when you look at it, and when you really, really look at the film, Jaelan Phillips, man, he may just be the best fit at edge for us. 6'5", 258 pounds. He had a great year last year at the University of Miami, having 45 tackles, 15.5 tackles for a loss, and 8 sacks. Now, we know the cons with Jaelan Phillips, right? Let's get that out the way. Now, the flags with him, obviously, they're going to really
he said in the 10-day recruiting period, they just kind of fell in love with his character, and they knew that he was going to be the perfect fit.
One reception so far. Try to run it on Tom Hall's near side.
He's had an ankle injury. He's also had to retire because I believe he had 3 or 4 concussions in one season. And it's definitely been a concern. Let's be honest here, because if he didn't have those issues, he'd be the best edge rusher in this class and would go top 5, in my opinion, possibly top 10 at a worst case scenario. Now, even with that, there are some things about him that I'm not too crazy about, but really the only thing that sticks out to me is that he's a little undersized. And, I know that some Giants fans feel that he is undersized, and I tend to agree with that. I think that he could put on more weight, but his athleticism is great. He has good pass rush moves, and he has good speed for an edge rusher. There's plays where he straight up looks like Myles Garrett out of Cleveland. And the Giants, let's be honest here, the Giants aren't shy on taking chances on players with injury histories. You just look at this past free agency. They took chances on Kenny Golladay, Adoree Jackson. Now, yes, concussions are different, but you look at Sterling Shepard, who he almost contemplated retirement, and he's dealt with quite a few concussions himself, and he's had to miss time last year due to lingering headaches, and he may retire in the future if he continues to get more injuries and concussions. Now, concussions are one of those injuries where people heal from it differently, so we have to see how that really plays out. But we got to think that the Giants have more accurate and updated medical information on Jaelan Phillips at their disposal, and if they take him, whether that's in a trade back scenario or whatever, I wouldn't be too upset. I think the only way I'd be upset, is if one of the top wide receivers or one of the 2 offensive linemen are there at 11. But outside of that, I would actually like this pick. Now, some of the pros to Jaelan Phillips is that he can play the 5 tech well. He can also stand up and be an outside linebacker in the 3-4 scheme. Patrick Graham loves drawing up a variety of different ways for his players to get to the quarterback. He loves tricking the opposing offense. And with the improvements that we've made in our secondary, plus having this defense play another year in this scheme, it's only going to help new players coming in, and it's only really, let's be honest here, adding Jaelan Phillips in there, it's going to make your defense that much better. Like I said, he has some good pass rush moves. There aren't a lot of good defensive ends or edge rushers in this class that have good pass rushing moves, but he's definitely one that sticks out to me. There's a lot of potential with this kid, and I think the Giants could really benefit from getting Jaelan Phillips. He would easily be our best edge rusher, and I think that we have the right coaching staff and pieces in place to help him thrive in this defense. I think the Giants could use him in different nickel packages, which is something that we know that the Giants love to play in, and I think that coming off of the ball, he'd be a nice run stuffer as well. So to me, really, it's just the question is, should the Giants take him at 11? And I will say this much, right? I think that his stock has been going up. You're hearing that he could possibly go top 10, top 15, and he's one hell of a player. But with that being said, I'm only taking him in a trade back scenario, and I'm only trading back if neither one of the top 3 wide receivers or top 2 offensive linemen are there. If one of those top 3 wide receivers or top 2 offensive linemen are there at 11, I just can't justify taking Jaelan Phillips, at 11. I really just can't. I think you could find a nice player in round 2 or round 3 at that point, but that's nothing, in regards to Jaelan Phillips. He's a hell of a player, but again, the injuries are kind of a concern for me. But in a trade back scenario, I would love it. I would really think that he would thrive in this defense, and I think that Patrick Graham would be able to get the most out of him. But let me know your thoughts below. How are you feeling about this? Would you guys select Jaelan Phillips, whether that's at 11, which I personally wouldn't, whether that's at 11, whether that's in a trade back scenario? How do you guys feel about him? Do you guys have any concerns with his concussions? Let us know below. This has been another video from Hit Squad Productions, and we'll see you guys in the next video.